My child, I reach you in this set moment. This message is not random. I am here, attentive, steady. Let your heart rest and listen. While you pause, I will share thoughts that clear your mind and settle your spirit. You have never slipped from my sight, and I want you to move through life aware of steady truth and gentle care. Feel this calm assurance as you listen. You are met, known, and supported. Allow that certainty to enter the quiet places within, guiding each breath and turning your focus toward what is good and enduring. Let your worries pause at the door of this moment, for here we speak of deeper things than deadlines or demands. My regard for you stands firm, as constant as the night sky. Hard days do not dim it. Bright days do not brighten it. It simply remains. Triumphs cannot inflate it. Stumbles cannot shrink it. Perfection is not my demand. Instead, I seek honesty and willingness. Breathe in this fact. Your worth cannot be negotiated. Hold it close whenever doubt whispers or the world feels unkind. Treat this enduring value like a steady keel beneath a boat, guiding you through calm and rough water alike. Let knowing you are treasured beyond measure shape your thoughts, your words, and the quiet intentions that steer your choices. Consider how you meet others. Look past possessions, appearance, and status. Notice the quiet stories etched in each life. Every person carries hopes, doubts, and unseen struggles that I understand completely. When someone is praised for wealth or dismissed for lack, compassion loses balance. Choose a steady gaze that honors every face equally. Listen for motives, sense hidden fatigue, celebrate unnoticed courage. In this way, your conviction becomes visible. Fair regard keeps your own spirit clear and frees you from the restless comparison that drains joy. Let evenness of heart be your quiet strength, a daily practice of humility that links hearts more than any outward sign. Belief first settles inside, quiet as a clear pool. Yet stillness is not its final purpose. Trust thrives when it moves. If conviction stays locked in thought, it grows stale. Let trust reach outward through helpful work. Offer real assistance when need stands near. Move from kind words to concrete help. A lamp hidden under a cover lights nothing, but one set high guides many steps. So lift your inner light where deeds can be seen. When belief becomes action, it gains breadth, strength, and warmth, illuminating paths for both giver and receiver. In this exchange, both hearts are strengthened, and hope spreads quietly from person to person. When guidance surfaces, a persistent thought, a quiet pull, receive it as an invitation. Direction rarely shouts, it speaks in calm whispers. Attend, then act, even if the step seems small. Ask, explore, and lean toward the work shown. Service may nudge you past comfort, yet each brave choice fosters growth. Walking rather than waiting joins your effort with good already unfolding. Movement is your role, steady presence is mine. Together they create momentum that carries you forward, shaping new possibilities with every stride. Courage stands at the edge of familiar ground. Growth calls you to leave worn routines and enter untested space. Questions and old fears may rise. Still, you advance. Progress grows through choices made while hands shake yet heart stays resolved. Each time you follow quiet guidance, strength deepens, character matures, and understanding widens. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to prize a higher aim above that fear. Step by honest step, resilience sets deep roots, preparing you for larger trust and wider service. What once seemed daunting will in time feel natural, making room for new horizons. I arrange roles and settings suited to who you are becoming. These openings follow neither rigid script nor blind chance. Your readiness grows each time you choose patience, kindness, courage, or steady effort. Offering even modest abilities shapes qualities required for doors not yet visible. Think of every faithful step as one that moves you forward and strengthens your stride. Small acts carried out with care equip you for greater tasks, and the habits grown in quiet moments sustain you when challenges enlarge. Sincere action opens new chapters that align with good purpose. Active belief matters. It is more than agreeing with ideas or chasing a passing feeling. True trust keeps your inner and outer life in harmony. Confidence in my goodness colors how you speak, work, meet hardship, and manage resources. It is a daily choice to let actions echo conviction. Consistency is powerful. Repeated honest decisions build a life others can trust, and you can rest within. Such alignment shapes the heart and gently alters the world. Your path may appear ordinary, yet a life lived with purpose adds bright strands to a greater pattern. Kind words, honest decisions, and efforts to bring clarity ripple outward far beyond your immediate reach. Never underestimate how small gestures accumulate into lasting good. Moments that seem minor, the patient explanation, the offered seat, the quiet apology, can spark fresh kindness in others. Over time, these sparks build a network of goodwill that supports communities and eases burdens. Your experience adds a perspective no one else can supply. Believe that each sincere contribution, whether public or quiet, carries significance that endures. In this way, the so-called ordinary becomes a steady channel of light. When you aim towards service, hope, and clear honesty, you align with the deepest purpose of existence. This focus brings strength and joy that outlast hardship. The journey may call for sacrifice, yet it yields fulfillment beyond personal gain. By rooting motives in the welfare of others and commitment to truth, you connect with a power that steadies and renews. Such meaning does not depend on applause. It grows in the hidden spaces where determination meets compassion. Even when results seem slow, the inward assurance of doing good work becomes its own reward and fuels resilience for tomorrow. Within that connection, you find meaning capable of weathering every season, guiding choices with quiet confidence. My spirit lives within you as a steady source of wisdom, resilience, and creativity. You hold more capacity than you often believe. Listen for the quiet voice inside. Lean on the well of compassion and courage I placed there. Refuse to let doubt or outside criticism dim this awareness. The inward presence guides choices that reflect your best self and my good intentions. Remember, this resource is not reserved for great crises. Draw from it freely, especially when challenges press, and discover strength ready to rise. Use it often, and you will see ordinary hours shine. Do not let narrow reasoning set hard borders around possibility. Reality stretches beyond what senses record or logic predicts. Unexpected breakthroughs arise when hearts stay open to higher purpose. History remembers moments that defied common expectation and brought greater good. Hold plans lightly, for I may reroute you toward something better than the path you mapped. When detours appear, pause before resisting. The redirection might carry hidden gifts that only reveal themselves after time. Stay receptive to outcomes you cannot yet imagine. Such openness is a form of faith, a readiness to trust that broader intelligence is at work on your behalf. Trust the reroute and watch new vistas emerge. Stories of past wonders remind you that creative power is still active. The force that set galaxies spinning and hearts mending has not faded. It moves wherever intentions align with true good. This is not about chasing spectacle, but about recognizing that genuine change remains available. Quiet forms of help appear in many ways. An idea at dawn, unusual strength late at night, or a timely friendship. When you look back, you will trace a clear line of assistance, each instance proof that cooperation between human resolve and unseen help is real. Let this knowledge spark steady hope. You are never alone. Unseen support travels with every sincere step you take. Renewal can begin at any moment, regardless of history or hardship. Mistakes and losses do not lock doors. When you open yourself to fresh direction and lay aside habits that weigh you down, genuine change begins. Small actions, repeated with care, lead you toward wholeness. My grace meets you exactly where you stand, fueling growth needed for tomorrow. Do not wait for perfect conditions. Start with the time and strength you have. Progress often hides in ordinary routines. A single honest conversation, a healthier choice at midday, a moment of quiet reflection before sleep. Step into each day expecting new mercy and new possibility. Your choices reveal the depth of your trust. When you answer an inner nudge despite uncertainty, belief gains substance. Inaction often signals doubt that change is possible or that your contribution matters. Remember, a willing heart joined with higher purpose unlocks progress that surprises even the hopeful. The world rarely witnesses quiet intentions, yet it feels their results. A reconciled friendship, a project finished with integrity, a child encouraged by steady care. Such outcomes begin when you choose to lean into guidance rather than stay safely still. Let your life speak through movement, demonstrating that collaboration between human effort and divine guidance brings lasting benefit to many. Keep this truth near. Aims rooted in lasting good are always within reach. Hardship is real, yet a plan grounded in love and honesty works with the grain of existence itself. Do not shrink from tasks that appear vast or obstacles that seem fixed. Listen, absorb, and align your decisions with the direction I reveal. Practical steps, taken one after another, guide you to deeper purpose. No ceiling limits what can unfold when determination and divine guidance travel together. Even setbacks become lessons that refine skill and strengthen resolve, turning apparent delays into hidden preparation. Move forward with this assurance, and watch rooms of possibility open before you. I see your earnest effort to organize every detail of life. The weight feels heavy, and the search for perfect answers can drain your strength. Pause now and breathe. These words come to steady you when unease grows loud. Perhaps you sense tension or worry that pieces are out of place. That restlessness often triggers a relentless urge to manage each outcome, hoping to restore order and guarantee safety. Place that need to fix everything on the ground for a moment and feel the lightness that returns. Clarity does not arise from frantic analysis. It blossoms when the mind grows still enough to notice gentle direction. Know that this moment offers deep relief. Attempting to control every result soon becomes a load too heavy for any heart. The desire for stability is natural, yet believing you must steer every turn breeds exhaustion. Your energy is precious. Pouring it into constant supervision leaves you depleted. I hold the wider view. I read the tangled lines with ease. Release outcomes that lie beyond your reach. Trust that timing, connections, and hidden factors rest in capable hands. When you step back, space opens for creativity and pleasant surprise. Resting is not idleness. It is strategic trust that frees you to invest strength where it truly matters. Let me carry the greater responsibility, guiding events you cannot predict. So, what is yours to do? Turn toward me with honest words and an open heart, as you would confide in a trusted friend. Share concerns, hopes, and questions. Lay down the burden you have gathered. Let my perspective steady yours. You need not chart the entire journey. Light for one step is enough, because each obedient move reveals the following one. Patience and responsiveness work together. Patience to wait for insight and responsiveness to act once it comes. From that calm center, take the next clear step I place before you, knowing I remain beside you in every moment. In this way, progress unfolds at a pace that nurtures your growth. Speak with me freely. Tell me what you think, what you wish for, and what unsettles you. Hold nothing back. Words, feelings, questions, even the doubts you whisper to yourself at night. After you share, decide to guide your mind toward what helps you grow and toward clear, honest love. Keep returning your thoughts to ideas that build you up and strengthen those around you. When you linger on fears, they take center stage and soon start to seem larger than life. The mind then feels swamped and directionless. Each time that happens, pause, breathe, and steer your attention back to the good you hope to live, the calm you seek, the outcomes you value. Picture these aims in detail. Let them fill the space fear once claimed. This simple mental shift aligns you with me and makes room for the guidance I always offer. How can you notice my direction amid the noise around you? My voice is steady yet quiet, rarely dramatic. Sometimes you feel a gentle inward push, more sensation than thought, nudging you toward a choice. At other times, a fresh idea circles back repeatedly, never loud, always patient, as if waiting for you to look its way. You may sense a calm certainty about one route, even though you can't list any logical reasons. None of these moments are accidents. They are how I reach you in ways suited to you alone. Treat them with care. Keep a small space in your day to reflect on them. When a thought returns with unusual consistency and is wrapped in deep peace, listen closely, for I am pointing out a path I invite you to explore. Acting on such prompts teaches you to recognize them more quickly next time. Hold this truth close. What I share with you is trustworthy. I do not speak to confuse. I remain with you stable and sure, a shelter you can lean on whenever life feels uncertain. My guidance always serves your growth and the well-being of those your life touches. Rest in that knowledge. My promises do not expire with changing seasons or shifting circumstances. I never drop hints, only to withdraw them later. Each insight that stirs you, every small moment of clarity that brightens your thinking, is a sign of my ongoing care. These gentle markers show my desire to see you thrive in body, mind, and spirit. Trust this pattern. Whenever I lead you, I am steering toward meaning, usefulness, and a lasting joy that does not depend on outward success. Let that confidence settle deep inside and steady your next step. It helps to understand why unease can rise even when you know you are hearing me. New territory stretches old routines, and the mind often mistakes unfamiliar for unsafe. Past disappointments may echo, warning you to stay small, while social expectations whisper that steady comfort is the safer route. Notice those voices, but don't hand them control. Instead, acknowledge them, thank them for trying to protect you, and then return to the deeper sense of rightness that sits beneath the surface. Ask yourself, beneath the flutter of doubt, does this direction still feel grounded, honest, and quietly alive? If the answer is yes, trust that feeling. It is my confirmation. Courage is not the absence of nervousness. It is choosing to move with the quiet confidence that we walk together. And every step you take, no matter how small, strengthens that trust. You do not need an entire map before you begin. I often light only the next few feet of the path, knowing that if you had a full blueprint, you might freeze under the weight of it. Move forward with the light you have. As you act, more of the road will emerge at the proper moment. That persistent inner tug you feel is genuine. It carries a shape designed for your life, one that matches your strengths, your compassion, and even the challenges you have faced. Resist the urge to dismiss it because it appears out of reach or because others cannot see what you sense. The call is not incidental. It is my personal invitation to take part in something worthwhile. When you honor that nudge, you will find energy, ideas, and help arriving in ways you could never script in advance. Take a moment to think about who I am. I do not shift with popular opinion or fade when circumstances change. My care is deliberate and steady. The word I speak to you is reliable. I protect and guide you while also preparing what lies ahead. Picture me as a companion who walks beside you and at the same time moves ahead along the trail to clear debris and set signposts. I do not disappear when the path narrows. I draw nearer. My commitment is constant. Whenever confusion rises, recall this picture and let it settle your breathing. The journey may twist, but my presence and purpose remain the same. I keep you secure while you learn, grow, and make decisions that shape your future. Even when you cannot feel me, I am working quietly, arranging encounters, timing, and resources that will meet you at just the right hour. The work that fits your life will at times feel demanding. As you move toward it, doubt may whisper that you are unqualified, while unexpected obstacles rise in your way. Certain influences prefer you to remain timid, convinced that real change is impossible. They spread distractions and stir second-guessing. When these pressures mount, choose to pause rather than push harder. Settle into the quiet space of knowing deep inside you. Remember the idea that keeps returning, the mission that sparks energy each time you consider it. That recurring pulse is my assurance that the path belongs to you. Rest in that certainty. Let it anchor you when outside noise grows loud. From that place of calm, you can act with clear intent rather than frantic effort. It reminds you that endurance grows from conviction, not from forcing outcomes, and that real progress often begins with a single measured step forward. Move ahead with steady confidence, not because you control every detail, but because you trust that I do. Let go of the urge to manage every variable. Instead, train yourself to notice the small signals I provide. I am already building connections, opening doors, and smoothing rough ground long before you arrive at each bend in the road. Your task is to stay sensitive, to act on the gentle prompt, or to wait when I signal pause, and to keep a hopeful perspective even when outcomes remain unseen. Hope is not wishful thinking. It is an active alignment with the future I am shaping. As you cultivate that outlook, you will find that obstacles shrink to their true size and opportunities come into sharper focus. Trust grows each time you remember how many earlier situations resolved beyond your own planning. Keep walking. I will not mislead you. Stay assured. My child, pause now and feel the quiet around you. I am nearer than your breathing, closer than the beat of your heart. The outside world may roar with opinions, deadlines, and constant motion, yet inside, there is a still point where we meet. Choose, even for 1 minute, to let the noise fade. Sense the gentle rhythm of air entering and leaving your lungs. Notice the steady ground beneath your feet. In that simple awareness, you will find me, present and attentive. I do not require special words or ceremonial settings. I only ask for openness. When you turn your attention inward, you step into a space where my peace can settle and my guidance can surface without strain. Regular short pauses like this rebuild your sense of connection and remind you that support is always available, even during the busiest parts of the day. I see the core of you, and your sincerity moves me more than displays of achievement. Think about a time you gave someone something special, not because you had to, but because affection overflowed. When you come to me with genuine devotion, no gift is too small. A whispered thank you, a choice to forgive, or a kind act toward a stranger carries immense weight. What matters is the open-hearted spirit behind the action. Love offered freely is a language I never tire of hearing. Such offerings build connections that strengthen both giver and receiver, creating quiet ripples of good that expand far beyond the moment itself. I watch all who enter my temple, from the wealthiest to the poorest among my children. On this day, many rich people came to make their offerings, pouring large sums into the treasury. They gave with flourish, ensuring others noticed their generosity. Then came a widow, burdened by years of hardship, yet lightened by her faith. In her weathered hands, she held 2 small copper coins, worth very little in the eyes of men. She approached quietly, without ceremony, and placed her offering into the treasury. The religious leaders paid her no attention. Why would they? By their accounting, her contribution was insignificant, barely worth recording in the temple ledgers. They measured devotion by the size of the gift, not by the heart behind it. But I saw differently. I saw that while others gave from their abundance, keeping much in reserve, this woman gave from her poverty. She placed into my hands everything she had to live on, withholding nothing. In that moment, she offered more than money. She offered complete trust. The wealthy kept their security. She placed hers entirely in my care. They gave what would not be missed. She gave all she had. They performed for the approval of others. She communed with me alone. The religious leaders missed the profound lesson unfolding before them. They failed to see that true value is not measured in amounts, but in surrender. What appeared wasteful or foolish to human eyes was, in my sight, the purest worship. Her story continues to be told throughout generations. What remains is the beauty of her offering, a testament that devotion is not calculated by wealth but by willingness. When hearts are fully given, I measure differently than the world measures. This widow's sacrifice has guided countless souls when they wondered if their small offerings matter to me. Let it be known, I treasure what is given in genuine love far above what is given for show or from excess. The world may overlook such gifts, but I never do. They become part of my eternal story, remembered long after the opinions of critics have faded to dust. When a deep urge rises inside you to give, speak, or serve, follow it. The world often evaluates actions by visible payoff or perceived efficiency, but love deals in different currency. If your heart is clear, your gift, whether time, skill, or resources, is precious to me. Do not let cynicism or comparison erode your willingness. The size of the gesture is irrelevant. A single act rooted in honest care sends a signal that reverberates through countless lives, many of which you may never meet. In sharing from that place, you live true to your own design and remind others of their own capacity for generosity. Keep watch for simple moments, a sincere compliment, an offer to listen, or the patience to explain something twice. Such choices might appear ordinary, yet they carry transformative power when born of genuine concern. Their quiet influence often outlasts grander public acts. Stay alert to inner drift. The world steadily promotes the idea that personal gain equals lasting satisfaction. Yet when the heart becomes preoccupied with accumulation or image, meaningful connection thins. You may succeed by conventional standards and still feel an unexplained emptiness. That hollowness is a signal, not a failure. It invites you to remember that relationships, purpose, and integrity carry weight that worldly wealth cannot match. Whenever you sense life tilting towards self-interest alone, pause and realign with values that nourish you and others. Ask yourself simple questions. Who benefits from my current pursuit? Does this direction deepen or diminish my capacity to care? Am I trading lasting peace for fleeting applause? Honest answers to such questions will guide you back toward balance before restlessness hardens into regret. In doing so, you preserve space for empathy and keep your inner compass pointed toward what truly endures. Pay attention to how you measure success. If every goal focuses on appearance, comfort, or the approval of others, the quiet wisdom at your center will struggle to be heard. It grieves me to watch sincerity drift into calculation. This shift happens subtly. One extra compromise, one overlooked promise, and soon the bright spark inside appears muted. The remedy is simple but not easy. Pause, tell the truth, and choose again. Turn toward authenticity even if that means adjusting plans you have already announced. Your inner clarity is worth the revision. When you realign, you set a living example for others who feel trapped by image. They notice your course correction and gain courage to reevaluate their own choices. In this way, your honesty becomes a form of quiet leadership, showing that dignity grows when words and actions match. This impact often travels farther than spoken advice. I am not asking you to retreat from the world or neglect practical duties. Rather, I invite you to engage each day with balanced priorities. Let love, integrity, and kindness be the internal compass that shapes decisions about work, relationships, and rest. When your private convictions and public actions line up, you feel an ease that no external reward can provide. If motives become mixed, partly generous, partly self-protective, you may sense tension in your body and confusion in your thoughts. That discomfort is a warning light, encouraging you to pause, sort through intentions, and choose coherence over division. With practice, this realignment grows quicker and gentler. You will learn to notice early signals, tightness in your chest, hurried speech, restless sleep, and address them before they escalate. Each small course correction keeps your energy whole and your influence clear. Over time, consistency becomes a quiet but powerful testimony. The connection we share is not theoretical. It is a living current that runs through every ordinary task. When you go about your day, you can silently acknowledge my presence. Such recognition requires no special posture. It simply means directing a brief thought toward me. I know you are here. That small attention opens a doorway through which strength, comfort, and insight can enter. You do not work to earn my nearness. It is already given. Your awareness of it, however, invites its benefits into your conscious experience. Over time, these brief acknowledgments string together like lights along a path, guiding you through complicated days. They remind you that help is available in real time, not only during formal moments of reflection. As this habit grows, burdens feel lighter and decisions become clearer. You will notice gratitude rising almost effortlessly. Think of this inward turning as a simple shift of attention. You pause, breathe, and acknowledge that I am here. In that small movement, the mind stops spinning for a moment, and space opens where fresh understanding can take root. Problems that felt tangled begin to untie themselves. Anxiety eases, replaced by a quiet steadiness. The outer situation may not change immediately, yet your response does, and that often alters the outcome more than you expect. Practicing this shift throughout your day trains you to carry peace into circumstances that once provoked frustration. With repetition, this process resembles strengthening a muscle. Each intentional pause adds flexibility and resilience to your thinking. Eventually, you will notice the space between stimulus and reaction widening, giving you freedom to choose words and actions that reflect your deeper values instead of automatic patterns. This is genuine inner freedom unfolding. Prioritizing our connection is not an extra item on a crowded checklist. It is the thread that holds the list together. Remember, you are never on your own. Pausing for even one mindful breath during a hectic schedule nourishes your spirit much like water revives a dry plant. The more consistently you care for this awareness, the more vitality you carry into every setting. Qualities such as patience, creativity, and compassion begin to flourish naturally without forcing. Others will notice a difference they cannot name. They may find themselves calming in your presence because peace is contagious. Do not take this influence lightly. It can shift the atmosphere of a household or an entire community over time. Your steady center becomes a quiet invitation for others to explore the same source. In this way, caring for your own inner life multiplies into wider good. Every fragment of attention you give to love delights me. I do not seek grand ceremonies. A silent thank you as you wake, a gentle word to someone feeling low, or choosing patience when irritation tempts you. All these are expressions of our bond. And as you give, you cannot help but receive. Love flows both directions, refreshing everyone involved. The exchange is steady, like breath, in and out. Each act reinforces the next, building momentum toward a life marked by continual generosity. Notice how even your outlook shifts. Generosity widens perspective, revealing options you might miss when focused solely on personal gain. You start to recognize abundance where scarcity once ruled your thinking. This experience is not reserved for special days. It can happen at any time. Practice it often and watch gratitude become your natural language. My care does not fluctuate with mood or circumstance. When difficulties rise, I steady you. When you cannot see a way forward, I provide guidance, sometimes through insight, sometimes through the timely kindness of another person. And when joy fills your day, I celebrate with you, savoring the moment rather than hurrying on. This constancy forms the foundation on which you can risk, learn, and grow. Accept it fully, and you will move with less fear. Think back to earlier trials you imagined would break you. See how you have already traveled beyond them. That history is evidence of my never-ending support. Let such memories encourage you during future challenges. When uncertainty shows up, recall times I provided exactly what was needed, often in ways you did not anticipate. This habit of remembrance strengthens confidence and makes room for fresh courage. In this way, trust matures. To deepen our connection still further, set aside moments of intentional quiet. Step away from familiar routines, perhaps an early walk, a pause before entering a building, or sitting in a silent room after others have gone to sleep. In the hush, listen to your breathing and let stray thoughts drift past without gripping them. Eventually, a gentle rhythm emerges, and within it you will sense my guidance rising to the surface. These deliberate pauses are not escapes from responsibility. They equip you to return to daily tasks with clearer sight and stronger resilience. You may notice fresh ideas, subtle solutions, or simply a wave of calm that allows you to approach challenges without hurry. The world's demands will still be waiting, yet you will meet them as a centered person rather than a reactive one. Such difference changes outcomes and honors your well-being. My beloved, I notice you deeply. I recognize the silent questions within you, the feeling that perhaps your presence and efforts are unnoticed. There are times when the road ahead seems blurred, your hard work appears ineffective, or your dreams feel hidden beneath layers of silence. In these moments, you might doubt if you're truly advancing, wonder if your goals are too far away, or question if anyone truly hears your voice amidst life's loud distractions. These feelings arise naturally, particularly when you measure yourself against what others seem to achieve, or when life diverges from your anticipated direction. Some observers may judge these quiet periods and wrongly conclude you've surrendered or missed your moment. Their views rarely see beneath surface appearances and seldom comprehend the depth of quiet preparation that occurs within you. I understand fully these internal reflections and the fatigue that waiting can bring. I see your frustrations clearly, the feeling that life is not matching your expectations. Your quiet commitment, your faithful endurance even without clear signs, and your consistent openness towards me, all are deeply significant. These aren't minor gestures, but reflect a genuine heart and resilient spirit. Know that moments of stillness aren't indications that I'm distant or inattentive. Quite the opposite. These calm phases are times of careful inner preparation. During quiet intervals, away from external pressures, important growth happens within you. Just as a sturdy home requires deep, unseen foundations, your spirit needs inner strength and stability, developed in seemingly quiet periods. My silence should never be misread as rejection or neglect. Often, I remain quiet so you can discover new ways to sense my guidance through gentle inner nudges, peaceful moments after searching, or gradual realizations that quietly illuminate your thoughts. Society praises outward productivity, but there's immense worth in subtle growth and internal clarity gained from patient trust. This season isn't abandonment, it's detailed preparation. Quiet lessons in patience, the resilience gained through waiting, and character built from persistent trust are invaluable. These traits prepare you to embrace upcoming blessings with maturity and balance, qualities that haste can't provide. When external progress seems halted, remember deeper. Purposeful growth is continually unfolding within you, carefully guided by me. Consider carefully what is occurring internally during periods you perceive as waiting. Far from wasted time, it's fertile ground for profound personal development. Patience is more than merely tolerating delays. It reflects your inner condition during waiting periods, a state where trusting my timing cultivates calm steadiness. Such patience equips you effectively for life's varied challenges, supporting emotional stability. Inner strength is also quietly cultivated. Facing setbacks and disappointments yet choosing optimism builds a flexible strength, resilient rather than fragile. This resilience prepares you thoroughly for larger responsibilities. Like strengthening muscles through repeated effort, your perseverance prepares you deeply for future opportunities. Your clarity of thought grows significantly in quiet phases. Free from constant distractions, you can reflect deeply and gain insight into previous experiences. These quiet times foster valuable wisdom, subtly shaping your understanding, often without your conscious realization, until clarity gently arrives, illuminating what once was confusing. Think of this internal preparation as foundational strengthening. Just as a substantial building depends on stable foundations, your life requires robust inner qualities, character, trust, and wisdom. Though hidden from view, this foundational growth is essential for sustaining future opportunities. Without this solid groundwork, upcoming blessings might overwhelm or destabilize you. Additionally, I lovingly remove obstacles impeding your journey. These may include old perspectives, limiting habits, or unnecessary attachments. Although releasing these might feel like losses, they're necessary for creating space for better experiences ahead. This process, though challenging, is deeply compassionate, freeing you for fuller experiences awaiting you. This internal growth often remains invisible externally and sometimes even escapes your own notice. You may doubt your progress, yet if you genuinely seek me and stay receptive, growth is indeed occurring. Consider the slow growth of a tree, whose strength largely lies beneath the soil, quietly and steadily maturing. Similarly, your personal growth occurs gradually, creating enduring strength. Your discernment, your ability to recognize truth and choose wisely, is also sharpened through these quiet intervals. By listening carefully to my subtle guidance and practicing trust consistently, your decision-making improves. Enhanced discernment prepares you to navigate life effectively, choosing paths aligned with my purpose for you. Remember, these quiet periods of growth aren't punishment or signs of wrongdoing. Rather, they're evidence of my deep affection, my commitment to your personal growth, and my desire to ready you fully for future blessings. Approach these times with acceptance and willingness, knowing I'm present, guiding you toward meaningful and lasting personal development. Let's now reflect on experiences you might perceive as setbacks or losses. Perhaps certain hopes haven't materialized, your plans unexpectedly changed, or you've experienced genuine heartache over lost opportunities or relationships. Such moments understandably raise questions about my care and intentions. It's vital you view these events through a wider lens of understanding. Loss or unfulfilled expectations, though deeply challenging, often pave the way for new perspectives, growth, or unexpected blessings. Difficult experiences can deepen your empathy, broaden your perspective, and teach you lessons impossible to learn otherwise. Rather than setbacks, these moments often represent critical turning points, reshaping your path in meaningful, beneficial ways. My intentions are always rooted in care, compassion, and deeper understanding of your ultimate good. What seems lost or delayed is frequently protection or redirection, steering you toward situations more aligned with your highest well-being. Trust that I see the broader picture clearly, including factors you may not yet recognize or fully appreciate. Experiences of loss or unmet expectations, while painful, often refine your perspective. You develop deeper compassion, broader wisdom, and enhanced resilience, qualities essential for future growth. Recognize these times not as defeats, but as invaluable opportunities shaping your character and preparing you effectively for what lies ahead. Remember always, your worth and my love for you remain unchanged by external circumstances. Challenges never indicate reduced value or diminished significance. You're deeply valued and carefully guided, even amidst confusing or difficult experiences. My presence remains steady, my love consistent, my guidance continuous, irrespective of external outcomes. Embrace these seasons with openness, trusting their purposefulness. Difficult times aren't random or pointless. They're integral parts of your life's unfolding story, contributing significantly to your deeper growth and preparedness. Trust that each moment holds purpose and potential, even when immediate understanding eludes you. Know clearly that my intention toward you remains always loving, caring, and supportive. Trust the unseen processes, recognizing the depth and meaning embedded within your quieter seasons. Rest assured that through all circumstances, I'm carefully, lovingly guiding your journey, nurturing your growth, and preparing you fully for all that's yet to come. Amen.